VM, GM. Vagabond Magazine wishes you good morning, and you good morning, and you good morning, and you good morning. Good morning, Brianna. Good morning, Quanta. Good morning, ER Donaldson. Good morning, Lana. Good morning, Alex. Everybody, good morning. Let's get ER up on the stage. Brianna Morgan, how are you today?
I am great. I am great. I was in the middle of posting everybody come join us. This is going to be amazing. So I couldn't get to my microphone fast enough. But yes, I am wonderful. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. Thank you.
So good to have you here. Quanta, you are drinking coffee at the same time I'm drinking coffee. But guess what? We're on different sides of the world, so you're drinking some nighttime coffee right now, aren't you?
Yeah. And I love it because it keeps me awake, it keeps me alive, and is just enough to get me started with the space. And then the space kicks off and pumps me for like, I can't even sleep before like 1 or 2 at night. So, this is like an adrenaline rush here. But I love that music score that you played before. It's amazing. It's a lovely start to the space. And hello, happy Monday, everybody. And I know I mentioned this last week, but having a conversation like this at the beginning of the week, it really pumps me up for the days that are going to follow.
Well, I gotta say, you are really responsible for this conversation. Like so much of the beautiful stuff in Vagabond Magazine, you are the one, the genius behind it. And I just can't even begin to express my gratitude. I want to get through some good mornings, and then I'm going to hand you the mic so you can tell us a little bit about what we've got in store today. Is that all right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, good. I just want to say good morning to E.R. Donaldson first, our managing editor, and want to also get our friend Odd Writings up on the stage so that he can ask questions and take part in this special treat that we have going on. How are you today, E.R.?
I am exhausted, so really excited to come out here and hang out with you guys and get that little second burst of energy here. We have been moving our 3 children just 12 miles up the street, but it is surprisingly exhausting. It's been a 5-day process, and now it's Monday, and it feels like it's been one heck of a week. So I need a vacation. Happy to get away for another hour with you guys.
We're always happy to have you here, my friend. And I want to say, Quanta, the music that I put on, it was actually just the Twitter Spaces music. So the credit goes to Twitter Spaces. I selected a different song this time, but I don't know. We'll see if that makes it into the podcast or not. Okay, Quanta, before we introduce our guests, I want to hand the mic to you so you can tell us a little bit about what's happening here and how today's going to go. Well, maybe you can't get on the mic right now. Anyway, Odd Writings, I want to say good morning to you as well.
Hey, thanks. I just I got sideswiped by a 9-day long internet outage, and this this is literally like within an hour here. I'm like trying to catch up with everything. So I've been completely out of it for a week and a half.
Well, we're glad to have you back. Okay, Quanta, it looked like you're ready to go now.
Yeah. So the October issue, Vagabond magazine issue, is a music issue, and we're working fashion and music. Now, if you look at it, fashion, art, and music, both of them are not confined to fit within a box or take a physical form. So they are like uninhibited expressions of your creativity. So I believe that creating fashion art that is inspired by music must make such a powerful composition. And that it's been like playing on my mind since a few months actually. And I was waiting for us to create this issue so I could connect with fashion artists to be able to incorporate or use music as inspiration to create a fashion look which we could present in the magazine. And this is what we are going to speak with them about. If they will share with us about their art that they have created for the magazine. So we have Alex Serban, and Lana, Ogneva, and Meloman here. And I'd like to invite them and, if they can introduce themselves, please go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex. Glad to meet you. First of all, I would like to say congratulations for the issue, the October issue of Vagabond magazine, and for the efforts that you have all invested and made in turning it into reality in a digital magazine. My name is Alex, and I'm from Romania. I used to be a recruiter before landing into the world of fashion 3 years ago when the pandemic started. Before that, I used to work for a Belgian company operating in the recruitment sector for Africa. And during the pandemic, I decided to take a break and invest some time and energy into my passions. So I decided to start my own art studio, where I used to draw on clothes actually, and also to draw for other persons like friends, family, paintings, so traditional art mainly. And 3 years ago, I heard about the buzzword NFTs and also about digital art. And it was a natural switch to digital art. So I decided to learn to draw digitally, in order to create my own collection for the project that I was responsible for and that I co-founded with my friend, Christina. And yes, so since then I have combined digital art with traditional art and wearable art. And I have included AI into my creative process and started learning Midjourney that always been an ally in all this journey. So since it has been launched, I have used AI and all tools that could assist me in my creative process in order to turn my fashion designs into a digital and wearable garment. In short, so this is me, and I'm happy to be here. Once again, congratulations. And thank you, Quanta, for introducing me and for having me today in your space.
Thank you, Alex. It's lovely to know you. Lana, would you like to go next?
Hi, everyone. Could you please tell me, can you hear me now?
Yes. We can hear you.
I'm really glad to be here. Thank you for an invitation. It's really exciting to be here right now. So I'm a digital fashion artist. I create digital garments, digital fashion artworks. I inspired by music, movies, nature, space design. Today I'm gonna share with you guys how I came into the digital fashion world. I think it all started in 2019. It was September. I was outside just walking around, and I had an idea. What if I drew some clothes, some garment? I had never done it before, but I just did some sketches, and I thought it might be interesting. So I started researching the world of fashion and styling, and later I saw a digital dress. I guess it was a fabricant, and this idea just turned my mind upside down. It was like, no way, this dress doesn't exist. It was very inspired, and later I had the opportunity to learn the Clo 3D program. I realized that I had found an incredible tool for self-expression. I fully immersed myself in creating digital garments and 3D art, and now here I am. Thank you.
That was lovely. So you started your journey with Fabricant, and I mean, you were inspired with Fabricant with the digital dress.
Yes.
Was the first. That's amazing because when I entered this space, it was a contest that the Fabricant had.
Wow.
With Wow, and I knew nothing about creating digital art because purely traditional, do everything by hand, and So this is my first venture, and this is how I stepped into the digital space. Space. So it's great to meet you because you have also come into the space with the Fabricant. So yeah.
Nice to hear that.
It's, um, Meloman, hi. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, Quanta, and thank you so much for inviting me. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. I'm so happy every time I get a message from Quanta. It's always good news. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vagabond, for believing in artists and giving them a space they can really get creative with. So I got this message from Quanta. Oh well, I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I do pretty much anything that can be creative. That gets my anxiety going. I kind of like it. No, but really, my ultimate dream is to become like world-renowned artist just for anything I can imagine. And part of this journey has been digital fashion, and now AI assisted fashion. It's been amazing for me. It just opened every single door. Like I knew I've always been a creative person, and it's been hard to know that sometimes it's really hard to get to somewhere, get to like a final product or at least a previs of something without having to spend so much time on it. I have two kids, and I have a job that I actually record comedy podcasts over here, and it's fun. The funnest gig you can get, but I still can't do like a full-time artist. But and when I get like some time, I just want all my creativity to be effective. And with MJ, with Midjourney, it's been such a journey. Just like imagining stuff. Like right now, I'm doing like a collective dream story with all the people that I chat with every day, with my GMs and my GNs, and you can get along. It gets pretty bizarre, and it's fun because you can just tell me whatever you have in your mind, and I'll try to imagine it inside the story that we're telling about this man, this crazy guy. But well, I'm going off the shelves. I started doing AI fashion because I kind of love gold, but you have to be like hella rich to have gold. That much gold to make clothing, like crazy clothing. And I was like, let's make some chains. Let's make jackets out of chains and more chains and more gold. And that's how I got this far. And it's been crazy because like now you guys got me Googling the Fabricant and this other way to do just digital fashion. Like I would want to bridge this AI or my AI models, my AI pieces into like a 3D piece for at least like digitally be able to be worn. It'd be amazing. And I was just reading while you guys were speaking about the fabric, and can you guys tell me a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, sure. No, sorry. Fabricant is actually a digital fashion house, and they how would I say? I mean, it is not like DressX. DressX has digital. It's a marketplace, but the Fabricant has a lot. They are creating their own. It's called the whole world, and you can. They are about. You, how should I put this? It's you express your inner self through fashion. So this collection that they have recently come up with is called Primal Rave, and you should check it out because I think it is very much your vibe. Um, it is very club, and it is very Dutch, the traditional Dutch fashion, and they fused it, and it's like as if you're on a trip. So the fabricant, they inspire you to create and to go out of your comfort zone to create wearables, textures for the garments. So they have different, they have different collaborations where you can, like I mentioned that they had collaborated with the World of Women, where they created textures for these 3D garments. So there's a lot that is happening there. I mean, you can get onto their Discord. I'm not the right person to, speak that much about it, but I think, yeah, you should get on the Discord.
That's awesome. That really was enlightening. I really wanna. I would like to learn how to do these pieces. Like try to find a way to translate them. I don't think there's
Oh,
an
then
AI for that yet.
then you should. I think you should get in touch with Lana because she is into Clo and 3D modeling. Yeah, you guys should catch up.
Yeah, yeah. I just looked at your Twitter, Lana, and it's amazing. I love it. I it's crazy
Thank you,
to be
thank you.
able to do all these stuff and be with all these incredible artists.
I'm really glad to hear that. I think that it's a great idea. We can collaborate, I think.
Let's do it. That'd be amazing. And
That's
thank you
what
so
we
much,
love.
Wanda.
We love to hear that on this space. That's like seeing a collaboration born here with you guys is so cool. And Quanta, I think you're absolutely like the perfect person to be talking about Fabricant. And I always look at your Wow Galaxy, and I think about your sort of origin story. I love to hear it, but I want to talk a little bit, if you guys don't mind. I want to ask about your inspiration and the pieces that you guys put in Vagabond magazine this month. Like Alex, if you don't mind, I'll start with you because I love Imagine Dragons, and that birds piece is so cool looking. Can you tell us a little bit about how you built it? Is that a real model? Is it an AI model? What's going on with that?
Thank you so much, and I'm happy that you liked it. Yeah, as you mentioned, it is an AI artwork that I designed with the help of Midjourney. And this song that inspired me, it's Birds by Imagine Dragons. And it's a song that I have learned about from my sister. Um, she's a person that I'm deeply connected with, so it's one of the most important persons in my life. And I somehow related to the song and also to the video behind it. So it was a special connection. And when I thought about creating a fashion design, I thought that it would be great to create for two girls that could represent myself and my sister, and also to add those wings in order to suggest and symbolize the sentiment, the freedom, and also the resilience. Because every, I don't know, people, we had struggles, we had periods, difficult periods in our lives, and this song was actually about it, and I resonate with it, and also, yeah, it inspired me to create this AI fashion design. So I envision models adorned in gowns that symbolize the freedom and the ability to soar, with earthy tones, feathers, and wings, in order to create like a mystical scene, and to involve feelings like, for example, liberation and empowerment. So, in short, that was the message that I wanted to share with these designs, and I hope that the message went right to the audience.
It resonates. It totally resonates. Meloman, I want to know about yours too because I grew up hearing the Beatles. My mom would always play them, and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I love that song, and the design that you put up with it is just so cool. Could you talk about it for a second?
Of course, when Quant told me about making a piece through music, that's why I named myself Meloman because I'm really just like addicted to music. Like it's a problem. I think it's a problem. I'm just kidding. Um, I love music, and when I thought of which song, because there's millions of songs, would look amazing in as a dress, you know, like because it ended up being a dress. The Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is it's always, I think everybody in everybody's subconscious, Lucy is different, you know. For me, it was diamonds, the dress made of diamonds, and since we can do that, it's just mind blowing, you know. I love the Beatles. I love that song. Just helps me out. Has helped me out through some dark times, and finding the Beatles because I never listened to the Beatles till like probably a couple of years ago. It was I'm a late Beatle bloomer, something like that, and I loved it. Some songs. There's always songs that resonate more and with certain people, you know. But "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds" is just free. It's freedom. I feel that like, you know, just release, you know. So when I started looking at that, because I started and then it went through 200 300 dresses. I kept sending Qantas some. I think that was a bit annoying, but because there's so many ways to see Lucy in the diamond dress floating around, being free, and it ended up being I put down till four, and then the first one ended up being the best one, and not seeing her face was very important because that way we can all be Lucy, you know, uh, even if you are not a girl. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, dude, I that makes me love it even more. Like I love the fact that you made the face like you know, indistinguishable on purpose. And the other thing I want to say is Lana's piece is like an exact counterpoint. Like there's I don't want to speak for you, Lana, but like in looking through the magazine and the proofs, what I saw was like this like light and then all of a sudden this like dark. And can you tell us about your piece? It's awesome.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank you, Vagabond Magazine, and thank you, Quanta, for this opportunity because I love music, I love fashion, and this was just amazing. When I saw this invitation post, I just had no doubts about what music to choose. And I think it was surprising for me because that doesn't sound like me. I always take a long time to make decisions, but here I just had no doubts. So I chose Johan Johansson's. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. So I choose music from the movie Arrival, specifically the composition named Rise. I remember putting on the movie soundtrack and just letting that music extract my emotions, transform them into the image that you see in the magazine. So I can say it was pure emotions, pure feeling, something from the deep. This music is really unusual. You can hear unexpected sounds, you can hear some rumbling, this chorus, and I've tried to convey that in my artwork. And for this, I used, as usual, Clo 3D, Blender, and Photoshop a little bit.
You know, as a writer, I just look at all three of these pieces and I want to tell stories about them. And so by that, you know, alone, I hope that you guys understand that that is the success. Like you've inspired, you know, the writer brain to like take off in different directions with these pieces. And I couldn't be more excited about everything that is going on there. And we don't have the fourth artist who contributed to that, but Quanta, I wonder if you could speak to that piece a little bit.
Yes, so the fourth one was by Harmony, and he had taken this song from Anna Satana by the Smashing Pumpkins. This was Anno Satana, and I'm just gonna quote him what he said. He said he has created this ensemble in orange. It's like a brilliant orange, flame orange. There are different shades of fire, and he says that he finds boundless inspiration in a song carried by the intense voice of Billy Corgan of the legendary Smashing Pumpkins. The intense soundscape manifests itself in the stunning fashion styles of punk rock and glam rock. And I create designs that reflect the rebellious essence of these genres. So he has created oversized cargo pants and hoodies, very street, very skate, very punk, and it's so flamboyant that the song comes through very strong. And this is what I wanted to talk about all these fashion works. So for the Twitter post, I glitched these artworks, and there was a little movement in them. I can't express how exciting it was to see it actually moving. And if I just thought of the song that went with each fashion look that they created, it was freaking moving to music. It was amazing, and that like just blew me away.
Well, I think one of the things that I'm going to try to do, and it's a shame that we don't have, the full visual component so that we could do that. But when I put together the podcast version, I'm going to play a little clip from each of these songs, just a small one, so that we don't get in trouble with copyright. And that way, so I'll try to get those integrated into the podcast version. So if you guys are listening live, you may want to come back and listen again. And just to reset the room, this is Vagabond Magazine. We're talking about music fashion with artist Alex Serban, Meloman, Lana Ogneva, our own fashion editor Quanta. We're here with Riona Morgan and E.R. Donaldson, myself, CD Demiscio, and Odd Writings and other friends in the room. But there's just a lot going on here. It's amazing. But yeah. So anyway, make sure that you listen to the podcast version on Apple Podcasts. You'll find it. And yeah, I'm going to close my mic for a second so other people can get a chance to talk here.
Hi, this is Rihanna Morgan. I just want to jump in and say hello, a wholehearted welcome and lovely hello to all of you. I am just amazed and enamored of the talent and the passion that I'm hearing. I'm so excited, Quanta. Thank you so much for bringing these beautiful people to us today. I am editor-in-chief of Vagabond Magazine, and I every month get an opportunity to read through all of the things that people put forth, and I can say that your artistry and your talent is so touching and so beautiful. And what CD said earlier about how it gets the writer's mind going, that is so very true. And I'm so very excited to see this and to see where your careers go, and we want to lift you up and help you all along the way every single time. So please keep coming back to us. We cannot wait to share more of your beauty with everyone else out there. So I do have a question though that might be fun to spin around with everyone. And so thinking ahead, if you could envision or describe a future fashion look integrated with music, if you could, something in the future, something thinking ahead, what do you think? I mean, what would you envision? What would you create? And so, yes, please just jump on in and answer and share your vision a little bit with us right here on the spot. Thank you.
Hi, sorry, I was thinking a little bit. I, my, it's weird to think about the future, there's so many different possibilities. You know, what happened to us in Web3, we've been, I think, I don't know if this is a common feeling, but it feels like sometimes the Titanic is like sinking, and we're some of us, the ones that really believe in a different way of living, you know, through collaboration and everything. I can imagine in the future just the most amazing pieces of work made by our collective conscious, you know, all of us making beautiful stuff together, and being able to create a future where clothing isn't necessary. Because what I loved about being able to do these pieces, it's that I don't have to, you know, let's say destroy the earth or mine precious metals or become a millionaire to create a jacket made of gold chains. But we're on the verge of creating that and being able to create a world that maybe what happened to me here in Web3 is that I've found people I get along with. I found friends like Miss Mojo over here and Quanta and everybody that we've been talking for like 3 years, pumping each other up for our art and our way of being, and being able to get together with similar souls has been so amazing. And if we find a way to feel a little closer, because we're really literally all the way around the world, it's going to be hard for us to you know, meet in real life, unless the bull market comes back in and we're all in jet planes, which could be happening soon. But if we can make something like what I was reading about right now in the Fabricant, like a place where we can share our stuff, where we can share our energy, and we can be together in a place where creativity is paramount, and it's not just a place, just a dream, you know, because sadly, you know, the world tends to be self-destructive. So if we can, you know, find a way to hold hands in the Titanic while it sinks and have fun in the way and create a lot, I think that would be I'd say I'd have a happy life if that happens. Thank you so much for that question. It's amazing.
Hey, Al, if I could interject here just for a second. On the question of futuristic, well, my name's George, by the way, my real name, but you can call me Odd if you want. That's fine. On the question of the futuristic clothing, that made me think. You know, it kind of ties in with Meloman, what you just said on connecting. I would think that maybe smart clothing, you know, internet connected clothing, that might be an interesting mix. Like, for example, you might have your visors, like special visors on your costume or whatever your outfit is, and have them, you know, be able to have a virtual conference there with other people through your visors, through internet connectivity. And then, of course, measuring, you know, possible diseases from skin and all that kind of stuff. So I would think, you know, I don't know anything really about fashion, but for all the fashion experts out there, Alex, Meloman, Lana, and so on, Juana, I would think that maybe, like, yeah, just integrating technology along with the different styles and things would be something to think about. I'm curious what people have to say.
Yeah, you are totally right. And I was thinking about the same because recently I heard about the news that Adobe introduced the project Primrose. I'm not sure
Yes,
if you checked
yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
God,
digital
yes.
animated dress. Yeah, and since they already launched this product, that by the way, it's amazing. I was thinking about mixing because both music and fashion are interconnected and both are linked to feelings and emotions. What about launching a product, a garment, a digital garment that could, for example, represent patterns and change colors based on your feelings and emotions while listening to a song. This is my my touch on that on this subject proposed by Riona.
Can you guys link that? Can you link that? Can I a link for that? Because it sounds amazing.
Are you talking about the Adobe Project Primrose? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, are you talking about a link to the Project Primrose?
exactly,
She's talking
exactly.
about, yeah, okay, I'll share it. I'll share it over here. But just like a quick, I'll just quickly share what it is about. So Adobe Max is a conference in LA, and where they are. It's a conference. It's a gathering of developers and engineers and creatives who use Adobe tools, like Adobe's suite of tools. And Project Primrose is created by somebody called Christine Dirk. She's an Adobe research scientist, and it Project Primrose is a technology that she developed with her team, which creates static or dynamic patterns on any application. So she has created that on fashion. So she presented this on stage. She was wearing a strapless dress. It was created by her and her team. And the patterns on the dress went from stripes to checks to it turned black, it turned white, it turned into a bold black stripe at the bottom. She was not even using a button to change it. It was just with movement. It was such a quick read. I still have to get into it, but this was mind blowing. I'm going to share the link here, and you'll have to check it out. Everybody just has to see it. I'm still trying to digest how that happened.
Oh yeah, I saw it. The dynamic dress. It's amazing. That thing that changes the whole thing. Like, we'll be soon wearing LED screens around the place everywhere.
Yes, 100%. This is a really cool question, Riona. What you're talking about music and fashion in the future. How if I could share something, like I create physical embroidered garments and interiors, and I think what I would love to see is that like a one of the wall panels that I create could maybe if you're wearing AR glasses, then the embroideries come to life and they're moving with music. So it's literally like you're experiencing that embroidered panel. That is like, I think, how I would probably see one of my creations in the future with music.
Great discussion. I mean, and to hear about some of the things that are being done in the space is fantastic. I'm a little curious. I heard a couple of you guys mention Mid-Journey during your introductions, but my question is, what other tools do you use when you're working on fashion art? Or is there anything new out there that you're experimenting with, or are there any specific upscales that you wish to be developed for the tools that are currently using? How can they get better? How could they work better for this futuristic vision you have? What are your thoughts? What's your process? What do you want to see? What do you want to see go better?
I would love to be able to create with the same model, the physical model, the human. Let's say if I could do create as like a model agency, like create the models and be able to um, wear them, clothe them repeatedly, so you can actually uh, create the human and the clothes and be able to do something that's repeatable. That's the only thing I really think, and that would help all my other ideas too, because I would love to have the same character in my. I do anime too, so I would love to have the same character in the anime to be able to create comics. That's the only thing I would, and maybe a tool that auto makes, like AI makes your piece in 3D so you can put it on an avatar in no time. That would be amazing. That would be just, I don't know how close we are to that, but that would be amazing.
So you're talking about in Midjourney specifically, being able to save a character and then redress them?
Exactly.
That gets my vote. So if any of the Midjourney devs are listening, I would absolutely love to do that. Anybody else?
Thank you for your question. So my creative process, as I mentioned, involves AI tools like Midjourney and like everyone else shared. So I use the Midjourney for presenting designs, and also I have experimenting with DALL-E 3. And recently, I was one of the beta testers for a platform also using generative AI, Musavir.ai and Refabric. So these are the main tools that I'm currently using. And for example, when I want to make something more animated, I'm using Pika Labs, which is a tool that is free, so I can turn my avatars to move, and also I can create, for example, runways by making some video collage. How do I call that? When you want to combine several videos in order to create a single one. I'm sorry, but my English is not that good. And I also use Kyber and Runway Gen 2 in order to create the video animations with my designs. In the future, I would like, as Meloman mentioned, to combine those AI tools that are generating 2D designs into 3D. So to be like a platform that allows you to rapidly generate 2D and transform them in 3D. And at the end, the process should be a printing machine that reproduces in real life by using sustainable fabrics and makes the art that you generated, the fashion design that you generated, into a real piece. So that would be my desire for the future, but it's of course an idea that is still far away from happening, but I hope that in the future it will happen.
Hey, Juan, that's a very impressive suite of tools you're employing there. But yeah, I love that idea. I mean, and I'd be surprised if it wouldn't be surprised if it's not that far away. I mean, because you already have tools like ZBrush out there where you can take these 3D models. I think whoever's listening, looking for the next big idea, knows something about machine learning, teaching them to rig up these things and then export models into these platforms that can be routed into 3D printers. I think that's pretty cool. And I mean, to talk about the materials you're going to use, I mean, whether it's more sustainable, more flashy, or even integrating some of the digital capable stuff. I mean, I think you got an idea there. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are right. And also, I have noticed that more and more designers are using robotic arms in order to create their designs from 3D, and they're turning them. But these are only experimental works, and they are using, for example, for their thesis once they finish their school, their universities, etc. But yes, in the future, I'm sure that it will be included in the full creative process and production process, with sustainable fabrics, smart fabrics, etc. Mm-hmm.
Well, love where this conversation is going. Yes, Lana, please. I had to mention that. As for me, usually I use Clo 3D for garments and Blender for animation and environment design. Sometimes I use my hand-drawn illustrations. I put it to Clo 3D and they create in its textures. Usually like this. This is my typical process. What about future? I
plan to learn more tools for environment design and animation, because I think in future we'll be able not just close, but we can see entire world through IR glasses, I think, or AR app. Well, I see just like when you point your phone's camera and not only see the digital outfit, but something around it. Maybe it will be environment design or digital sculpture or some installations. I think it will be interesting, and I think it will be possible in future.
Yeah, I love that idea. I mean, and the integration with Blender is really interesting. Can you talk a little bit more about that? I mean, I'm loosely familiar with it from some of my 3D model experience, but I haven't actually landed my hands on it. So talk to me a little bit more about that.
Blender is such a great tool. It's a little bit hard for me to learn it, because you should know more things about how fabric need move, something about I don't know, something rules for animation, how your characters can walk or run. So you should know that. But there are some tools like Mixamo. It's you have some animations, so there are already exist, and you can put it into Clo3D or Blender, and you can use it for your projects, and you can 1 second.
And when you come back, you mentioned Mixamo. I think that was how you pronounce it. But isn't that the same company that used to do like the Fuse models? I think it was bought out for Adobe and supported for a little bit. But that was actually a really cool tool, especially when you're trying to get familiar with some of the animation and introducing yourself to rigging. So are you self-taught on Blender then?
So I talk about Mixamo. So this is cool tool. You'll be able to use animation for your projects. It can be walking or dancing or something else. Now I use these things, but in future I plan to learn more about it, because it's. For me, it's kind of difficult, but I using YouTube, using some videos to learn it, and I hope in future I will be create something great.
Awesome, and thank you guys for sharing. I just want to say that I'm impressed at the breadth and variation in how you guys approach this space. So, giving me a lot to think about, and I'm going to be very excited to watch what you guys do in the future. Sounds like you're doing some really cool stuff. So, thank you for sharing.
I'd like to jump in, and since we're talking about the tools that you're using, do you see the fashion art that you have created? Do you see that as a work of art, or would you like it to be translated into an AR or physical wearable? Do you like to go first, Melo?
Sorry, Quanta, I missed the question. I'm here solving some problems.
Oh.
I got to shoot in like 7 minutes, so I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Please repeat me, and I'll be right back.
Yes. So, would you like to see your fashion art as something that would you like it translated into a physical wearable or an AR wearable, or do you see that as pure art? And if you're going to see that as...
I would love it. I would love to see it being worn. That would be like the best part. Now, I would wear it. That would be the first one.
I know, since like your artworks, I think the first I was introduced to your work through FAIC. That's where I first saw your work, and there's so much bling, there is so much gold, there is so much life, and there's so much energy. I can I think yours was the one of the first works that we had featured in Vagabond magazine, and it was this person in a desert wearing a jacket. It was white and embellished with gold. It was amazing. So, I mean, do you think then would having that converted into a physical wearable, would that restrict your creativity in, because it's not really going to be art as such then?
No, no, no. I think that everything is art. That that it can't be just an image for it to be art. If we it'd be art to make it happen in real life, it'd be amazing. Like what you guys were talking about, like 3D printing the pieces, and then I'll spray paint them in gold. I don't care. There's some good spray paints out of there. But being able to see it in real life, that would be so crazy. My kids would go crazy. They'd be like, "Oh, look, Dad, you made your chain jacket, shit, crazy thing." Yeah, I think that would be amazing.
Oh, brilliant. Alex, would you like to go next?
Yes. So, Quanta, your question is great, and thank you so much for asking. So, since AI tools give us the freedom to choose the fabrics, we can think about, I don't know, crazy ideas like integrating fabrics, let's say Mars sand or underwater phytoplankton. We can think of anything. So I would, of course, keep this for virtual lands only and virtual garments. On the other hand, when it comes to other ideas, I would love to see them in real life, of course. If it will be the possibility to use sustainable materials in order to be um, aligned, so with to be more aligned with the nature and to protect the environment without harming animals, etc. So yeah, I would like to combine both given this situation, so of sustainability and virtual garments. And also, I would like to add something because I saw that Javo is also a listener. I had the opportunity with DressX to have one of my AI designs that I created for the AI competition with Tommy Hilfiger. And they made it a meta wear look and also a wearable. And I was able to actually wear it while having a walk in Decentraland or in Spatial. So it was great to see one of my designs actually transformed into a digital wearable.
Oh my
Thank you,
God,
Quanta.
that's so cool, Alex. You actually got to wear one of your designs in Decentraland. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Did
I
you?
was. Yeah, please go ahead.
Could you share a screenshot of it, maybe in the comments? It would be great to see.
It's actually the picture that I'm using as my avatar. So this is the design that I created for the competition organized by DressX and Tommy Hilfiger.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's a puffer jacket, a long puffer jacket in yellow and the branding colors of Tommy.
All right, we are running out of time here, but I want to make sure, Lana, you get a chance to answer this amazing question from Quanta about real world.
I'm mostly focused on creating fashion artworks. It's images and videos, but I think in future will be soon a digital outfit I created that you can try on in AR. As for physical fashion, most of the outfits I create are not. I think they're not to be worn in real life because I just don't plan. Don't. It's just part of my creative concepts. But some of them I think can be realized in the physical world. I think why not? It will be great.
I've got to say, it would be really hard to wear that headgear that in the image that you put in Vagabond magazine for October. So sometimes things just don't translate well. I wish we had more time, you guys, because there's so many questions that I want to ask. I want to like get into details of talking about fast fashion and the problems with that, and AR and VR fashion and how that could possibly solve the problem. But does that mean that we're all just walking around in like white jumpers that only have fashion when we're actually using AR glasses? And also sustainable materials. What does that mean? Like, I think Alex mentioned phytoplankton and using that, and also maybe being able to recycle clothing and put it back into your 3D printer when you're done wearing it. All of this stuff. I hope all three of you will come back again. Join us for another VMGM. Talk more about fashion, fast fashion, sustainable materials, virtual AR. Okay, will you guys come back? Amazing. I'm seeing thumbs up here in Meloman's. Hell yeah. Quanta, I want to give you the chance to close out the space for us. What are your thoughts about this? Where are we going next? And where can people look to find more? I'm putting you on the spot there, my friend.
Thank you, CD. This was such an amazing space, and thank you everybody for coming here. This was really explosive. We even have Havo here. Havo, hi, if you'd like to just jump in and say hello. Melo, you might like to want to speak with Havo about your 3D, creating 3D wearables of your designs, because Havo is, he's the Discord manager for DressX. And Miss Mojo, thank you for coming here. All you guys, I mean, I see the future of fashion. I think like after seeing, watching Project Primrose, and this was just some minutes before the space started, and listening to you guys speak about fashion in, the future of fashion is like, I think that this revolution is here to stay. It's not like if or when if it's going to happen. It is a when it's going to happen, and you all are all doing such an amazing job of like putting this. It's fashion and it's art. I won't just say it's fashion, but with the art, like Meloman said, it's all art. And thank you, because we're all building this all together, and y'all are the ones who are also laying the bricks to what this is going to evolve to. So thank you for being here. This has been an amazing space. CD, would you like to have the um, concluding aloha, or see you soon, or we can all do that.
I know it's hard. How do we close it out, right? Okay, so here's the first thing, you guys. If you do want to know more, go to vagabonds.substack.com, and you can find all the issues of Vagabond Magazine, also at vagabondmagazine.com. We do weekly spaces every week. We do VMGM, where we're looking at metaverse topics, Web3 topics, decentralized living topics, you name it. If it's something that's the future lifestyle, we're checking it out and hoping to define it. Also on Tuesdays, that's tomorrow, we do the Web3 Writers Hour, where writers in Web3 get together and talk about the place where Web3 and writing converge. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that happens there with publishing and NFTs, and you don't want to miss that if you have any interest in that space. But as far as closing out this space, I don't know. Maybe the best thing to do in this dark world is just to close it out. We can all just give some hearts, and if you want to open your mic and just say love, just do it.
Thank you so much, guys. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Quanta, Vagabond, everybody here. We're just beginning.
Much love, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming and sharing your passion with us. We can't wait to see you next time.
Thank you for everything. Have a good day from Romania. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Fabulous to have you all here. And we hope to see you all soon, real soon.
do do do